What's up, guys? It's NOScast here, episode 14. We got
14.
Itchy here. We
Itchy,
got Itchy
y'all.
here, Playboys.
Yeah, I'm
So,
back for now.
he's not officially back, okay? But he'll be
Officially.
he'll be here and there.
I
You know
am
what I'm saying?
officially here right now, so
Yeah, he'll
fuck
be
you
here and
mean?
there. He'll be here and there. But anyway, so what I want to talk about is Vanguard. Are you excited for Vanguard this year?
No.
I'm not either. The only thing I'm excited for is really zombies. Like
Zombies
that's
looks
the
cool,
only.
but like I haven't looked at it.
I've looked at it. Zombies looks cool. Like I'm excited for zombies, even though the changes they did is a little to me. But other than that, like there's no wall buys in Vanguard.
I hate
There's
that.
no
This Vanguard, that's Sledgehammer, right?
yeah, the
They had
Sledgehammer is doing this
they
shit.
had wall buys in the last one they did.
But yeah, but it's Sledgehammer's
They
just
also like
doing
changing shit. Like they changed a
yeah,
lot of shit in the last one they did too.
yeah, well that's what I'm saying. In Vanguard, it's really Treyarch doing zombies. So they're continuing the story with the Dark Ether and the whole shit,
Right.
basically. So, and I don't know, it looks interesting. Of course, play it because why not? Like, but I'm here and there for Vanguard. Like, of course, like I'm a little excited, but it's like the beta when the beta came out for Vanguard for multiplayer, it was like
Right.
it left a bad taste in my mouth, like a bad taste, bro.
See,
It
honestly,
was
myself, I find it hard for me to be getting excited about these games like Battlefield, Vanguard right now. Like I am excited for Halo, but that's because like I'm gonna be able to
I'm
play
excited
it.
for Halo too.
Like it that has the free multiplayer component, like, and that's a great deal for me right now. Um, like I don't really plan on buying either Vanguard or Battlefield right away. So like I'm not
Hmm.
really looking into them. Like, and plus like they're gonna, like, I expect Halo to be asking for like microtransactions cuz they're giving me a game for free.
Yeah.
But like I don't want to be looking at that at a game I'm paying price for.
Well, I hear what you're saying, but I just I feel like everyone should do what Halo's doing.
Right,
As
dude.
in
They should
make
like
the multiplayer for free. That's like
right.
a perfect concept of what 343 as in Halo is doing is make multiplayer for free, just like Warzone's for free. Okay, make multiplayer for free and make us pay for the campaign.
Great idea
They
cuz
make
that gives an
enough.
incentive to make a good campaign.
Well, yeah, well that's what I'm saying. They make enough money with microtransactions.
Right.
Enough. They make more money than they ever do with sales with the game. They make more money,
Of
10
course.
times more money. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like Dice should do this shit. I feel like Activision should do this shit. I feel like Ubisoft should do this shit. Like I feel like every fucking company should just make multiplayer free.
I
Just
agree.
that, just do
Like
that.
I
Cause
agree.
you make it free.
Unless the multiplayer game isn't really, unless they're not doing microtransactions, like if the multiplayer, if they're just a one and done type of pay deal, then I don't know, maybe that's worth some money, cuz like it's a little different if they're like, "Oh, cuz the microtransactions are pretty much like advertisement. It's like advertisement, but they don't need to actually advertise anything. They
Well, everything's cosmetics now.
Right. No, but I know I
Be-
understand, but I'm saying like there might be a game in the future that comes out that they just make a multiplayer because they make a multiplayer. There's no they don't plan on doing anything. This is like an indie game because I don't expect AAA game companies to be doing it. AAA game. It's all about cosmetics. That you're right about that. That's AAA right there. But like some
It's well,
indie games are not really like that.
I feel like more indie companies are starting to get more into cosmet or starting to get into microtransactions because the
No,
AAA companies are doing.
there's definitely plenty because that's an easy way to make money. Like there's definitely plenty that are doing that, but sometimes there's
Yeah.
those passion projects that come out that they're not really intending to make much from it, but like they want to make something from it, you know? Like
Yeah, of course. Like it, I don't know. Like is I just feel like we're getting to an era of the, you know, in the next decade of microtransactions are going to be in every fucking game out. Yes.
That was what they said like last year. That's true. It happened already. Like we're just going to the next stage of it. We're in the middle of this transit. We've been in the middle of this transition since like Xbox One. Like Xbox One was about the like not even Xbox 360 was the seeding of that idea.
Well,
Ex-
there was. It wasn't too. It first started Call of Advanced Warfare.
I'm not
Call
even
of
talking
Ghosts
about
had.
Call of Duty, and I'm talking about in gaming as a whole.
Oh
Like
well, phones had it first, I think, right?
no, like these micro. Yeah, phones had it was big on phones first. There were some
Yeah.
hints of it, in the AAA space early on in like in the 360 days. Like that when they first started doing DLC, that was the doors opening. Of
Hmm.
course, PC games have had DLC in the past, and obviously this door has been open on PC for a long time. Um,
Hmm.
the gamers have evolved, like a lot of them have evolved, but there's always the group of people that want to stay in those type of games. Like you're never gonna like if there's gonna be something that exists, you're always gonna find somebody that wants to play it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Vanguard is gonna be another game that's gonna be on that path of microtransactions,
Right.
whatnot. It's. I just feel like Activision needs to take. Like you have Modern Warfare, Cold War, and now Vanguard, which everyone knows Vanguard's gonna suck.
Nah, dude. What
This
really
game's gonna.
sucks about it, because I wouldn't have much of a problem with this shit. Like, I understand Warzone is supposed to be that medium. It's like, oh yeah, well everything in all these games go into Warzone, blah 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 blah. It's like, well, like I don't get to carry it along with me to the next game. What if like I don't really care about Warzone? Like,
Well, well, there's that too. Like it's. I don't know. There's gonna be a time in Warzone where they need because Fortnite did it. Where there was a time where they start taking shit out of their battle royales and
right.
putting it to the vault. Destiny did it.
No, and
I,
that's definitely a need because not only for balancing, like it, because definitely more items make balancing more difficult, but it's also
yeah.
like it's also a memory management thing. Um, like I don't know how big representing all of this information in the game is, but like I assume holding all of the information, the graphics, and all of that, like that begins to grow and that begins to become uh, a I don't know, a vulnerability, a breaking point, a bottleneck in the actual execution of the game. So like
Yeah.
I think doing good management of that, like, and I also would hate because like it's what kind of makes the model kind of trash. Like just the idea of we're gonna put more in there. Well, that's gonna also assume that everybody's going to be scaling with that.
Well, yeah. Like it's just it's there's gonna be a time where they're gonna have to take shit out. Like having three games in one game is a lot. There's gonna be over 100 weapons.
Right.
One game. A span of three games. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Modern Warfare, Cold War,
I
and
think
then
there should
Vanguard.
be a rotation, honestly. Like I think that would
Well,
be a
well,
neat idea.
well yeah. Like there's what I think they should do. Rotation is cool, but since three games are gonna be in one game,
Right.
when Modern Warfare comes out next year, Modern Warfare 2, whatever the fuck Infinity Ward's doing for next year, take the Modern Warfare shit out.
So I actually have a question because I haven't actually played the beta myself. I didn't care because obviously I wasn't planning on getting the game. I didn't really care about playing the beta because I didn't really want to get the game. Like I don't have anything against the game. I just because of my situation, like paying for school out of pocket, not really having much money to buy new games right now. Like
Hmm.
I've bought some single player games. I recently bought an Assassin's Creed game that came out a couple years ago, right? Um,
Hmm.
but like I didn't pay full price for it. Like I don't have money to be paying full price for games right now, especially a game that's going to be asking me to pay for more. Like yes, I understand you buy some of those microtransactions, but like I've done it in the past too, but I usually buy the big version of the game, so like I get some COD points with it. So and I don't buy any more COD points throughout the rest of the year. Like
Mhm.
I just I know they sell shit, so I kind of just hold on to it until I see something I really like. Um, you know, uh, so like I have used and spent money on the game like that, but like I'm not put. I don't want the game to. I don't like that. I don't like the game trying to give me that next hit like that. You know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like it's very, I don't know, like it's more like I spend it because it's like, well, what are you gonna do? You know,
Right.
this is here. This isn't going away. They've been finalizing this for a while. This isn't going away.
Of
This is here to
course.
stay. So it's like I would love for them to take this all out or just make where you have tracer shit automatically. Every gun has a tracer. The whole shit. I would love for them to do that, but they're not gonna do it
Yeah.
because why?
And
Because they're gonna
I
lose
don't
money.
imagine I don't cuz and the thing is they do give out some of the cool shit. Like obviously the coolest shit is going to be under the paywall, but like they do give out cool shit like for free. So like that kind of makes it a little more worth it right there in itself.
Well,
Um
they started making we can earn cop points in
yeah.
game, like
Well, they've
with
had
these.
that. Yeah, with the battle pass.
They didn't have it in Modern Warfare. I don't
No.
remember them having that in Modern Warfare. But I'm saying like in these bundles,
But in
they
Modern
just started
Warfare,
doing.
like most I'm pretty sure all the guns in Modern Warfare were free, just
Well, yeah, they were free. But I'm saying like the bundle.
yeah.
Okay, like in bundles, like they have it where you can do challenges with certain characters, and you get to earn COD points if you do a challenge.
Right.
You know, and whatnot, and in shit. So it's like I feel like Activision is starting to get where like less eager, even though they're eager, but I'm saying like less. Like we're gonna be more. You can earn COD points if you pay 2,400 COD points for this bundle. You can earn back.
I think it's kind of like, oh, are you saying like it's a buyback kind of thing if you spend
Yeah,
a
like a
certain amount of
buy.
money?
It's kind of like a buyback where if you
Like
spend
I don't
2,400,
understand what. Oh, if you spend a certain amount of COD points.
like on a bundle, like certain bundles have where you can earn COD points. You know, if you go into the bundles and shit, like in they're usually like tracer packs also, you get to earn back 500 of
Is
those
it through
COD points.
challenges?
Yeah, challenges.
Okay.
So like you're able to like objectives, challenges, they all mean the same. You get to earn your COD points back, but it's not like the whole 2,400. No. You get to earn like 500, 300. It really rarely depends on the bundle
Okay,
and
so you
depends
can
on like what
really
you do.
say it's kind of like you can earn some of your money back. Like okay, so it's not really earning it back because it pretty much is saying is part of the money you threw down is actually supposed to be part of the game. Like
Hmm.
it's assuming it's a great assumption there that you probably play the game a lot. So like if you are somebody that doesn't play the game a lot, then yeah, you'd be getting money back. But like as somebody that does play the game a lot, like really it's like oh no, like if you enjoy doing challenges, then you paying for this actually gives you more challenges. So like the cost is kind of that's kind of value. I would say challenges give more value than just the cosmetics because they
Yeah,
actually challenges actually do extend gameplay. Um,
yeah, of course.
like
Well, that's what I'm
cosmetics
saying.
don't like. I mean, you can argue different things with like the different gun cosmetics, like when they change the iron sights and stuff. That actually does affect gameplay.
Hmm.
But cosmetics don't really affect gameplay. Um,
No, I wouldn't say it really affects because it's cosmetic. It's supposed to
right, but
just.
when you add challenges to a game, that does affect gameplay.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like it, and they just start doing this in Cold War. Modern Warfare never had. Well, Modern Warfare had this, but it wasn't to getting COD points extent. You're able to get like character skins and the whole shit. That yeah, they had that in Modern Warfare. They have this in Cold War also, but you can earn COD points now by doing certain challenges with this character. So
Right.
get like 50 kills in the game,
Right.
you earn 100 COD points. If you get 50 kills in the game using this gun, using this character, and the whole shit, you get 100
But there's
COD
only
points.
there's only so much you can tap out of it though. Like it's
Well, yeah,
never
of
gonna
course. There's only, yeah,
right. So
but
you
at
what you
least
do to actually be seeing the cost of it then it actually costs the amount you can potentially earn out of it. Or the amount it costed, the initial cost minus the amount you can break out of it. Because the amount you can break out of it, though that does take time, so you have to do factor in time. But like if it's gameplay and you just want to like that time factor, you kind of want to maximize that. Because if you can get more out of it, but like it's gonna take a while, then you could say, depending on what you're getting out of it, because like that's gonna be a personal value thing at that point. Some people might not find it that valuable, like worth the effort. But like really the cost is the initial price that you're seeing when you're paying for it minus the amount you can mine out of it. And that's the
yeah.
cost of it.
Well, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they just started doing this in Cold War.
Right. And I think
With
that's
the,
I think it's kind of cool. Like you have to throw down an initial amount, like because there is no way to like as soon as you give them the money for COD points, they already have your money. There's no way to
yeah.
like get the money back out of it. So like they just
No.
need to provide like they're doing what they need to actually take that money from you. They're just providing you a store. Because there's no getting that money out. Like even if you don't buy anything with it, there's no getting that money out. So
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
so they're providing you with COD points, which, people have been asking more challenges in
Right.
games or in Call of Duty games for a while, and they're starting to like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like I don't know, people like you know how in Black Ops 4 the challenges in Black Ops 4 to do Warzone skins and whatnot were fucking insane. Like they were hard as fuck.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they've gotten away from that a little bit and whatnot. And I don't know if they're ever gonna probably go back to that because they're like, well, we'd rather just make money than make challenge.
Right.
But like doing this as in doing a challenge and you earn COD points out of it is starting to come back to, well, we're making these challenges have more value than just I'm gonna do a challenge and get a cosmetics. They're gonna put COD points into it, so you have it eager to. I want to do this challenge because I want 100 COD points. Because eventually, you don't spend it, it adds up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So, they're give and take type shit. And I'm pretty sure Vanguard's probably going to do this also, where they're going to add COD points into these bundles, which have challenges in them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, because if they that would be them making challenges, doing both. They're killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
Because they're saying people want the challenges, but they want the money. They'd rather make money than make challenges.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're killing two birds with one stone. They're making money, and they're getting COD points out of these challenges. Certain challenges, not all challenges. Certain challenges.
Right. The challenges aren't being sold alone. You're buying the skin.
You're
the
buying
challenges
to
are a
do
bonus.
these challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Am I right? You don't just straight up buy the challenges. They come with like skins, right?
Yeah, they come with skins and shit. They come with the tracer pack and the whole shit. Like, most of these challenges come with like tracer packs and whatnot. They're not just I'm gonna buy a bundle and it has a challenge to get more COD points. No, they usually come with like tracer packs and shit. You know what I'm saying? But this is just a start of maybe Vanguard adds more type of shit like this. But maybe you get like 50 COD points if you do this challenge. But it's a less like let's say it's 1,300 COD points, and let's say you only get 100 for each, challenge, or 50 COD points. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's that give and take a little bit. You know.
You're never gonna make the same amount back. obviously,
No, no,
because
no, no,
they
no.
need it needs to be a money sink. Like there, if you can always make the same amount back, then you can pretty much just keep recycling your COD points.
Yeah,
And
they won't make any money.
no, like they won't make any more money because they already made money.
Yeah, but if you, yeah, well, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but if they add it, where like, let's say you buy this 2400, and you buy this 2400, and you buy this one, and you buy this one. Let's say it all has challenges where you can get COD points. Let's say it all is 500. You add that up. Let's say you finish this challenge, and then you finish this challenge, and then you finish this challenge, and you by doing all those challenges, then you'll add up all your COD points. You'll get your money's worth back, but it took you time to do it.
Right, you get more money's worth out of it. Not you don't get your money's worth
Yeah.
back, because you're never getting anything back.
No.
You're only doing the initial trade, and you're seeing how long that initial trade is gonna actually benefit you.
Yeah.
Just having those skins, like that's kind of like adding the challenges definitely, and making COD points back. Definitely increases the amount of time that you can use
What earns
after.
more value into the bundle.
Yeah, it puts more value into it overall. That's exactly. I couldn't put it any better.
Yeah. Which most likely they're probably going to add this into Vanguard, and it'll be enhanced even more.
I'm not
like.
disagreeing, because I definitely feel like that's where they're gonna keep developing the microtransaction systems, because they want to maximize the amount of money they can extract out of each game. But
yeah, if you can buy a bundle and earn
and I
COD points back with
definitely
it,
think them trying to make it more valuable to the customer is definitely the correct way for them to go in that. At the same time, I still don't really care to buy them like that right now.
well, yeah, like it's what do you? It kind of depends what you think is
Right.
worthy. You know what I'm saying? What's
Right,
worthy to you?
it's still not that worth it to me. Like I definitely would consider it a little more than previous games. Like them doing that, I definitely think that adding more value makes it more valuable to me, even though I still don't find it that valuable to myself. I find it I find it more valuable than previous models.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like this, I feel like, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I just feel like this is just a stepping stone for Vanguard to enhance this even more. Because they everything gets enhanced by each game. They do something like Modern Warfare, then they enhance it even more with Cold War, then they're gonna enhance it even more with Vanguard. Because it's like a testing thing, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like they tested in Modern Warfare, does well, and they put it into Cold War. Same shit with Cold War, they put it into Vanguard. And Vanguard, whatever the fuck they do, they will put it into the next game. You know what I'm saying? So, this is just a test. Which most likely, they'll put this shit in Vanguard, enhance it even more, and make it even better than what it is now. You know?
Yeah.
Which, I feel like that's a good thing. You know? They're making challenges worthwhile, except for just doing cosmetic. You know?
Yeah, it's definitely, because like I can see, because it starts out with the cosmetics, but they add challenges to the cosmetics.
Does.
Yeah, the cosmetics is the whole foundation of this. Like you can definitely, like, looking from now to the past. Obviously, you can't really tell the future, but you can look at the past, and you can see through the past they've been like driving this direction the whole time. Like obviously they probably didn't really know where they were going. We don't know where they're going at this point.
No one knows where they go.
Like, you're right. So it's gonna, but you see, one thing leads to the other, unless it gets in trouble by some.
Well, yeah,
government.
like Dice, like EA in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like EA made the establishment the way microtransaction is the way it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for the most
The
part.
reason why the
Like the
microtransactions
EA
are the
got it.
way they are.
EA got it from the mobile. Like it existed
Well,
before
yeah.
mobile, but like EA's method came from the mobile
Well,
method.
EA got in trouble. That's what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
So now, Van or Call of Duty, EA, Ubisoft, everyone's doing microtransaction cosmetically is because of the shit that happened with EA. Because they don't want to get in trouble. Because when the UK got involved, everything fucking went south. You know what I'm saying? EA got
Right.
in trouble. They want to make it seem like it's this, that, and the third. No, it's gambling. What they were doing was gambling.
It's not
Now there's
gambling
no.
in the US though. It's just gambling in
Of course, it's gambling, but they're not gonna just not want to make their money in the UK. They're gonna want to make their money in the UK.
yeah.
So it was gambling.
Yeah.
So now everything you buy, you see what you get. Everything, everything you buy, you see what you get. Even
Exactly.
with well, Apex Legends still has that. What's it called? That
They have an odd
gambling.
they show the odds.
Well, yeah, but they still have that gambling aspect.
Yeah,
You
cuz
know
of
where you
the
do the boxes and
yeah,
shit.
but the boxes aren't necessarily illegal in Europe. Um you have to I think doing the boxes does increase the age that the player has to be, but like I
Hmm.
think the law there kind of speaks upon whether or not you can see the odds of what's
Yeah.
in there.
Uh-huh.
So they
Well,
can
well, that's what I'm
provide
saying.
a very
Yeah.
informed customer, which that's not
Yeah.
required in this side of the gaming, because the gaming industry as a whole in the U.S. does include gambling, but this isn't on the gambling side of things.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. EA got in trouble because of that, and they're doing Apex, and they made it where you could see the odds, you could see this,
Mhm.
that, and the third, and the whole shit. So they made it less gambling, as they quote unquote say, so you could, because in regular game you don't see the odds.
No, you
It's
don't.
it's kind of like the stocks in a way. You don't see the odds of if you're gonna make your money back. You just wing it and call it a day. If you make your money back, you make your money back. If you don't, you don't. Whatever.
Right, but there is
Now
like
and
ways of being because you can actually look at track records on the stock market. You can look at
well,
track
yeah,
records on like slot machines too, but like how do they get updated? Do they change the odds from time to time? Is there a distribution based upon
yeah,
is
they
there
usually do. They
yeah.
usually do in a way. But that's what I'm saying. Now I don't know what Battlefield 2042 is gonna do with microtransactions. They're probably gonna go all cosmetic buck like everything else, because they're most likely gonna do a battle pass and whatnot. Battlefield 2042 was okay, like the beta wise. I
Right.
just didn't like how I couldn't record. That's the only thing
That was
like
yeah, I heard
influenced me.
I didn't look more into it, but I did see something after you brought it up that you couldn't record because I didn't hear it before you told me. But like I did actually see stuff on YouTube about it. I didn't really watch it though. I just saw it in a thumbnail. Um, yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
you
was.
couldn't record.
Yeah,
But like people on PC were able to record because you can't stop someone from recording on PC because it's PC. But on Xbox, when you use the Twitch's Xbox, like console Twitch's Xbox,
uh-huh.
they could stop you from recording. And that's what they did. It stopped people. I don't know if on PlayStation also, but on Xbox they stopped people from
I don't
recording.
know. You can't really be certain that they did it on purpose, but like you can't rule it out either. So like yeah, you can make that assumption, but like the validity of that assumption is you can't really come to a conclusion.
Yeah, but it's whatever now. But like that was like I was hoping to record, to get gameplay and the whole shit. And when I couldn't record, like I still had interest to play because like it's Battlefield 2042. I want to play it and see what's up. But I had less interest to want to play it. I played it for like 2 days and that was it. Like
Right.
literally. I played it for like 2 days,
So
and
are
that
you
was it. I
saying
didn't
you're
even.
less interested in it? Like I remember you were saying how much better 2042 is going to be than Vanguard. What do you think now?
Battlefield 2042, I feel like still is gonna be better than Vanguard
Are you talking about in the long run, or are you talking about on launch?
in the long run. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
so
talking about in the
don't even
long
worry
run.
about long run because what I care about at this moment is what the games are like on launch. Because like I personally I might care about more in the long run, but like if you're talking right now, like if you're expecting people to watch this video, then you might be expecting people to also be wanting these games, right? So like you might be wanting to talk to the people in the immediate. Like obviously in the long run, you having your statement right there, but what do you think is going to be better when it comes out based upon your experience in the beta?
I feel like at launch, because the Call of Vanguard's beta at launch was fucking terrible. It was shit. It was garbage.
Oh yeah.
It was big old blobs and shit all over the place. It was fucking. And then by the third day, then they fixed everything and called it a day. But I was like, this is. I was like, this is gonna be bad. Like, I was like, this. If this is the whole beta, the whole weekend, I was like, this is gonna be bad for Vanguard. They fixed it by the third day. They fixed it. Battlefield 2042. From what I played for the 2 days, I didn't have no problems. I didn't have no issues from my knowledge, of course, from what I remember. I didn't have no issues. I didn't have no problems. I didn't have no nothing. You know what I'm saying? The gameplay seemed a little, Battlefield clunkiness a little bit,
Right,
but it
but
was a
is that
beta.
because it was Battlefield, or was it
Or
clunky even for Battlefield?
I think it was even clunky Battlefield in a way. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it was a beta, and it was an old thing. Like it wasn't the final like product. You know what I'm saying? When we played the beta, it wasn't like we're playing what they're playing like right now. It was old shit. It was old data.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So people, they say like the final product won't be much better than the beta, but you'll be able to feel the difference between the beta and the actual game when it comes out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Oh
I
fuck.
feel like Battlefield 2042 at launch is going to kick ass. Now, and I feel like if they do this right and they don't fuck up like they did Battlefield 4 and they had the freaking, even though Battlefield 4 is still successful to this day, like people still play that shit. Like it's fucking, you could beat Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 and Hardline. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So if they do Battlefield 2042 right, and they
You're getting it
kick
on
out,
launch, aren't you?
yes, I'm definitely getting it.
So you need
And they
to talk about that on video right when you get it. Like I know you work, so
at
like you're gonna have to just that's definitely you should schedule it.
well, yeah, well, I'm definitely gonna schedule it. I feel like if they do it right and they do gameplay right and they do the battle pass right and the whole shit, they do everything right. Battlefield 2042 going to hit this shit out the ball. Yay, last dice. They're just gonna whoop Vanguard's ass because they've been waiting for an upskill player for like 7 years now, and they finally did it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like this new, even though their Xbox One version is different from the Series X and PS5 and the PC version. That's
Right.
whatever. I feel like it shouldn't make a difference, but
See, I honestly
it's
don't
what.
really care. But like I do at the same time. Like
Well, you got a PC, so what's
yeah.
here? But like,
Right, but like I do care because I do like the unification of the consoles and the platforms. But like I don't care.
splitting up the player base,
Yeah, I like having the player base is little
all
split up.
connected.
Yeah, but like that's just one segment that I'm not a part of that is gonna be disconnected. So
Uh,
so
yeah, I'm
like
so glad. I was so glad I have a Series X. I don't gotta worry about that shit. But like, it sucks for like some of my other friends. Like, they get Battlefield.
Right.
I can't play with them.
It's just like Xbox One when the Xbox One came out in the 360. It's like Call of Duty Ghost and all that. It's like shit.
Well,
They could have done the cross platform back then, but it was definitely a way different world. Cross platform would have been a lot harder to
well,
do. But
yeah. I was gonna say from 2013 was a lot different.
yeah, no, there's definitely
But
more streamlined ways of doing stuff now.
well, well, now they have cloud for Xbox that's coming out, so you're able to Xbox One and One S and One X people are able to play with people that are on Series X because of the cloud. So if you're able to do cloud,
The cloud gaming,
which
right? You're talking about
the
cloud
cloud
gaming.
gaming, yeah, the cloud gaming, you won't have that issue in a way
Right.
because you're able to play with everyone
You'll
else.
just have
But
to rely on internet connections.
internet, internet
Right.
connections,
Which some
which
people,
that still isn't
yeah,
up
that's
to
still not
par.
optimal. Like I've definitely tested it out on not ideal conditions. I could have given myself ideal conditions, but like I personally do not have a setup right now that does have ideal conditions for it. Um, so like, and it worked.
Yeah, so
It worked perfectly fine. Like there was some hiccups, but like it worked like pretty
they
well. It was
still need some adjustments. Like it
yeah,
still needs some. That's to be expected. So it's like it's whatever. Like I tried it one time, it was cool and daddy. It wasn't like it was cool. Like I
right.
wasn't like, oh my god, I get to do cloud gaming, blah blah blah. It was like whatever.
Right.
So,
No, it's like cloud gaming's cool when you don't have access to the hardware that can already.
but I feel like we're a couple with still a couple ways.
Do what?
We need. I
Oh,
said I feel like we're still a couple ways away. We need still a little bit more time for Xbox to perfect this, not
right.
make it disaster. What's the that Google did? Stadia,
Right.
because that was a
Yeah.
disaster.
Yeah.
So
Aren't they selling it? Aren't they selling
yeah,
Stadia?
they're selling that shit or whatever the fuck,
Or
which
is
is
it already
whatever at the
sold? I
end.
don't remember.
I don't know, but I know they're still in like the data for it. So like if someone else wants to make some Stadia but not call it Stadia, I
Uh,
thought that's what you told me that they're selling the data for Stadia so people can make their own shit.
yeah, I
You
think
know,
I did tell you something about that, but I don't remember where I got that from.
I don't remember either, but I just was Modern Warfare 2, which that's gonna be something.
For Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah,
What about Modern Warfare 2?
they're calling the new Call of Duty next year Modern Warfare 2.
Oh wow, already.
Yeah, there's already leaks coming out with it. There's jamming, like guns jamming, supposed to be involved in this.
Is it just the multiplayer, or is it gonna be Modern Warfare 2 like sequel to this Modern Warfare 2,
Yeah,
not the Modern Warfare 2 original
no,
remaster
it's
that they
gonna be a
never
sequel.
made? that, maybe that's why they
It's
never
gonna be
made. Maybe that's why they never made the remaster multiplayers, because like we're gonna make a fucking Modern Warfare 2 anyway. Why the fuck do we want to make two Modern Warfare 2 multiplayers that came out this close together?
because why not? Like, would make even more. You will make still money. Like, it's not like it
Yeah.
wouldn't make any money.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm
probably
saying?
yeah.
Like,
It'd be cool if
Modern
this
Warfare
new Modern Warfare
Remastered
2.
made money. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's people want. It's not like people don't want
No, it's
Walmart
definitely a split of the
or
player base. That's the issue, though.
well,
Like
yeah.
that's when
It's
they remastered Modern Warfare. I feel like that's the real reason they didn't remake the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 2 remastered. Um, is because of what happened with Modern Warfare. Like honestly, I think more people. The real reason more people played the Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare remastered multiplayer over it. What was it? Infinite Warfare. Was because people didn't want to play boost jumping games anymore at that point. They were really fed. Like I feel like people got fed up with that way faster than people got fed up with like World War II games. Like
oh, it's I don't know, like it's really just a whatever thing. Like it's like if they bring like people want Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer remaster to come out. People want it. It's not like no one wants it. They want it to come out
No,
because
yeah.
it's out of
I
date.
don't think it's
They want
coming. I
this is the
think
thing.
the next Modern Warfare. I think if the next game is Modern Warfare 2, and it is an extension to the previous Modern Warfare game that came out, before Black Ops Cold War. If it was an extension, if it's the sequel to that game and not the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 2 remastered, then like you know what I'm saying. Like I don't really care, but like it's like, oh, I don't think Modern Warfare 2 remastered multiplayer is coming. I'm pretty sure
Well,
that.
here's the thing. People have said they've already made Marvels. Like they've already like remastered the whole shit. It's on the shelves right now.
Right.
Dusty. They're waiting for a bad shit to happen for them to bring out Marv to save its ass.
Which means it might not
That
ever come out.
that could be a thing, but how that could be a thing, but how Vanguard looks,
You think it might come out for
it
Vanguard?
might be a little sooner than what we think. You know what I'm saying? If how the only thing I feel like the only thing that's saved that game is the campaign
Hmm.
and the zombies.
Right.
Multiplayer for surely is gonna suck.
And that's what you said
Terrible.
about Cold War.
Yeah.
uh,
Cold War's multiplayer sucked, but like there was it's good and then there was it's bad. If that
right.
makes sense. There was it's good and there was it's bad. I feel like Vanguard is just it's just gonna suck. The multiplayer. I feel like it's just gonna be terrible. It's just
Why is it
it
because of the World War II guns? What sucks about it?
no I think that's part of it. Like
What
it
sucks
being
about
World War
it?
Two.
World War II?
I feel like being World War Two and them rehashing a game basically rehashing this shit. I feel like it's going to suck. It's going to just be bad. Like the multiplayer is just like I don't know. Like like I don't know. I feel like it's just gonna be bad. Like the multiplayer is just I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I don't
Like the
really.
multi
I can't
like
really trust your word by it because like I find
well,
some things that you don't like I like.
well
Like
yeah,
I
like
can say a lot people that are more like you, when it comes to it, then I'd say they would probably definitely agree. Um, like
like
because I don't really know because I didn't play the beta, so I don't know what you're
like
talking about.
like from my experience playing the beta, the first 2 days was bad. It was
What made them
bad.
bad? What was bad
Well,
about it?
one, there was blobs all over the place. You didn't know where no one was at. It was grainy. Like the graphics were terrible. Like it was fucking like crazy. It was like
Like
what the
grainy,
fuck
like
is
the
this?
film grain.
Yeah, like it was, and then when they patched it, it
Mm-hmm.
was all good and dandy. It was all gone. It
Right.
was
I
okay,
think that film
fine.
grain because there was no setting for you to remove the film grain, was there?
No, like it wasn't that film game. It was like we were running at 12 frames a second type. It was like you
Oh,
saw it was like the screen got green, like it was very like it was like it wasn't it was like it was bleh, like it was just it looked ugly. And it wasn't like no Black Ops not Black Ops. It wasn't like on no Battlefield 4 shit when that beta came out. You remember when that beta came out? Like
yeah.
it looked it wasn't on that. It was worse than that. Like it was bad. Like it was just in the remember the blob shit in Modern Warfare where like your gun would be blobby and you couldn't use it like it was like this black blob shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm, I don't
Like it
remember.
was like this black spike shit. It was like a blob like that.
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah.
so that was in Vanguard, but it was worse. Like it was 10 times worse. Like it was you saw just blobs walking around. Like you couldn't even see like the graphics of the characters. You didn't see no more. Like your
I think
gun will blob
that's
out.
part of the streaming of the graphics.
That's
You were
what I'm
you were
saying.
talking about them doing graphics streaming, and I think
They're
that's
which they're gonna do that, and I feel like when the beta came out, they weren't ready for it or whatever the fuck, and it just fucked crazy. Like it was, like the game just went fuck. And after 2 days they fixed it, and it was okay. Like the game was hey, it was cool. Like it felt very, and then even after that, it didn't feel right. No, there was no FOV. I was playing at 120 frames per second. There was just that, but there was no FOV. There was none of that. Like it just felt weird because I'm so used to FOV and whatnot and stuff. But I don't know. So, but I have to go pee. So can we put this on pause?
yeah. We can put it on pause. I didn't even realize I was muted.
Hold on a sec. I'm back, everybody. I had something to do. Very
He had to shit.
uh
He had
yeah,
to shit. He left. He's probably gonna edit it all out. But
yeah, I'm gonna edit that all out. But it was
you could
bro,
hear it in the mic, like it was awful. Like
Wait,
I could hear.
no,
I
you
could
were in
hear.
that.
I could hear the. Like it sounded
Really?
awful. Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Dude. I can hear
I
it.
have
Like
to
it's.
rewatch it. I have to rewatch. Wait, it was that my bro? Like that was like one of my worst farts I ever done.
Dude, like I'm surprised you didn't shit your pants. Like.
No, like I was on the toilet by that time. Like, like bro, like literally that was a whole 30-minute build up. Like I was cool, and then like there was a certain like
You were
I had to,
sitting there
like,
you were sitting there in the podcast having to shit. You could have just, hey audience, I have to poop. Like or you could have like if the whole 30 minutes like that was like you had to poop since the beginning of the podcast. Like that's what you're saying.
there was no like I didn't have to poop, and there was a time where like I started
Pretty
like
close to the
having
beginning.
this, yeah, and I started having this eager to poop. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna close it out. We're gonna do this, and when we're done, I'm gonna go shit.
That's
There was a point like, and then like it's more the more and more I hold it, the worse it was hurting. Like it was like, and then I had to pee. So like I had to pee, and then I had to shit, and like that combined together was like the most worst pain.
so you went
of,
to go
like,
pee. You went to go pee. But you forgot
Like,
you had
I-
to shit from the earlier, so you're like, "Oh wait, I still have to shit." So you went.
So like I had to pee, and then like I had to pee. So I like literally like didn't even do like my usual like I stand up and piss. I sat on the toilet and pissed, and I was like, I have to shit.
Wait, you
And
sat
literally-
down on the toilet to piss. Like you didn't even think about shitting at this point. You just sat on the toilet anyway. Because
Yeah,
to
just
piss.
to make sure, just to make sure I don't have to shit, and I have to shit. That's why I text you like,
Might
So
be
when
another-
that fart happened, I was like,
Wait, because
I
you
have to.
like you were sitting on the shit for 30 minutes before, like in the podcast, you knew you had to shit, but like you didn't know you had to shit. Like, did you think you weren't gonna have to shit at that point after holding it for so long?
like,
Like, what did you think was gonna happen? Like, Jacob's like, shut up.
my mic fucking cut out. Goddamn.
Oh.
But anyway, my mic turned off. But I had to shit. I had to piss, and then it eventually turned into I have to shit. So like,
You don't make
and
any
it wasn't
sense
as
at this point.
painful.
No,
Okay.
it wasn't as painful until what?
It wasn't painful until like I was just sitting here and I was talking, but in the back of my head I was like, bro, I have to go to the bathroom. But I was like holding this out, like I was trying to hold it out as long as possible.
That's so
And
dumb.
then it got so painful that I was like, bro, I have to go piss. So I went to go piss. And so I pissed, and then I got up, and I was coming back, and like literally like this whole entire like, like between your stomach and like be- between your stomach and your private part, like that one little part. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think.
Like we're like kind of like where the vagina is at. Like like above that part. We're like
Wait,
you're
Jacob, do you
like
have a
literally
vagina?
like where your waist. Fuck. Where your waist starts, basically. Where
Yeah.
like the starting of your waist. Okay. The starting of your waist. That part was like hurting like a bitch. Like I was like I couldn't walk. Literally was like hurting. Where like I was like bending, and I was like, my bro was like, "Did you shit your pants?" I was like, "No," and I shut the door. And I fucking sat on the fucking toilet, and I did the most biggest fart I've known to ban. It was like 10 seconds long, 10, 15 seconds long on tops. Like, and then like I shit, and I felt so much better. Like it was fucking like crazy. But I just drank a Rockstar, so I don't know if
I mean, that might be too.
that probably was like because I was drinking a Rockstar while I had to piss and shit. So like literally like that probably enhanced the tension even more.
It might have.
And it was the worst pain. Like I literally like it was so painful. Like you don't understand. It was like painful, bro. I
Hmm.
couldn't hold it no more. Like I literally couldn't take the pain. And now I feel somewhat better. So like anyone was I don't know I don't know if it was like my stomach was like feeling uncomfortable or whatever the fuck. I don't know, but it was painful. I still feel the pain. I don't know if it was because I had the shit or that Rockstar upset in my. Probably was that Rockstar. The Rockstar probably upset in my stomach. So having all three happening at the same time probably enhanced every pain of known to man. And I was like, ugh, this is so painful. So yeah. Uh huh. Oh, you
Dang.
got to hear my story of when I had to shit.
I think
Anyway,
everybody got to hear your story about like I think that was a great story. Like I think all of this talking about shit before we like I don't even think you should cut out the beginning of this section of the recording because I mean you probably still should because it doesn't transition well compared to a long silence that I'm sure you're gonna cut out too in the first section. Um,
So wait, did you really hear my fart?
no,
Did you really hear
no,
that?
no.
Okay, I was gonna say, wow, that was a loud fart because it was really loud.
Uh, no, I
I
didn't
thought you
hear
were
it.
serious about that. I was like, bro, that's like,
I just made
uh,
that up.
okay. I was gonna say, uh, I farted that loud because it was pretty loud. Like, it was fucking loud as shit. That was like,
I just guessed. I just
wow.
made it up, and you're like, "Yeah, dude."
Oh, it was a loud
You're
fart.
like,
Like
"Did
that
you really
was.
hear it?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm describing his shit without even knowing."
No, that was really loud. Like that was a loud
uh,
fart.
did your
It
mom
was
hear it?
very.
Did you get like, "Whoa,
No,
hey there"? There's a
no, I didn't
noise
get no
ordinance
whoa.
around these parts.
I didn't get no whoa hey there, but I knew my brother and his girlfriend's probably like, well,
Oh, your brother's back?
yeah, my brother's back. So what happens now is he goes back and forth with living. So he works in Trace, which
He
is like 45 minutes from my house.
okay.
So he lives at home and he wrecked his car. So now what he has to do is he um he goes lives in Tracy for a couple days. He comes home when he's off of work. So when he's like off for like 2 days,
Oh, so you're
3 days,
saying
he
on his
comes
weekends? On his weekends?
on his weekends, even though he's here
It's not.
today, which
Yeah, it's not really because like I understand work. It's not really like weekend isn't
a
always the
consistent.
weekend.
It's not
Yeah.
really a consistent thing.
Hmm.
So that's what's going on now. But for people that don't know what's going on, my brother had a mental breakdown, pretty much.
I mean, you don't need to put that on the podcast if you don't want to.
Well,
If like
well, shit. It's I'm. That's
you're doing a tell
I'm.
all. It's like I understand.
Yeah, it's like that's kind of like a vague description. I'm not gonna tell the whole thing because they don't need to hear everything. my little brother basically had like a mental breakdown, moved in with it, and that's basically it. That's what I'm gonna say. He just had a mental breakdown. So, and then other shit happened. But anyway, um, yeah. But so, what have you been up to since you're back? You're not officially back with the
Yeah,
podcast,
no,
but
you just kind of spontaneously. Like I know I tried to make an arrangement with you earlier, but like I think like you understand my like we both didn't really match up at times. Like you ever since you've been starting working and I started school, I'm pretty sure I don't remember if our last podcast together we talked about me going back to school, but I'm obviously back in school now.
well,
Like
tell the viewers of what happened. Why did you leave the podcast? Because I don't. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. You've talked off screen and whatnot, and
right.
already established it.
No, it's
Tell
definitely
everyone what
time
happened.
manage. Like my reasoning behind it is definitely a time management thing, and like as much as I like working with Jacob and stuff, like I really think if he's gonna be doing this channel, he needs to be doing it for himself. He needs to be figuring out because obviously I can't spend all my time doing like this stuff for him. Like because at one point I was editing for him and doing all that, but he of course is doing that himself now. But then like I turned into kind of like hold like doing his recording and all of that for him instead of like him having to go through Twitch, which can be kind of burdensome and actually lower the quality sometimes. Um,
Yeah.
so like I really am trying to push him into doing this on his own. And because I'm doing my own thing, I can't guarantee our times to match up. So like I didn't leave for like any reason other than like it wasn't gonna match. It wasn't gonna be very helpful to me. And all it was gonna do is actually kind of make things more burdensome in between Jacob's and I's friendship. So like I kind of just I had to give him like I could do it for money because like I need money to go to school, but
This dude.
like no I'm gonna be honest I did say I would do it for money like I did, but
Well, yeah, you did say you would do it for money.
yeah, but it's not what's happening right now. Like he just said let's do a podcast and I was like okay.
Mm. But yeah, but there. Okay, so what was there was something that happened before that you and Noble were doing your gaming shit. It was right when I started working. Like literally was the week of where I started working. This bullshit went down, the whole thing, and I had a conniption, and I fucked everything up. And you're like, I ain't doing this podcast. You won't do this channel with me, Noble, no more, and the whole shit.
No, it was definitely like that also was a part of it because I was like part of it like since you weren't paying me it's like oh I'm doing this for you like you should come over here and
For free.
do this for me. So like
Mhm.
it wouldn't be I wouldn't consider it for free if it was a fair trade. But like I didn't really see it as much as a fair trade. Um
Mhm.
so like if obviously if my time was matching it because like the time stress coming into it was definitely a factor. Like obviously you were just starting work and I was preparing to go back to school at the time. I wasn't back in school at that time. It was still the summer. But yeah, no, I don't even really remember. I don't even really care. Like enough time has passed. Like it doesn't even really matter to me what happened then. Um,
Yeah, well, I remember almost everything. Like you and Noble started a channel. Y'all were doing like
yeah,
two
no, like
channels.
he was doing some shit with me. And like honestly, we haven't fucking touched it. Like for him, I think it was kind of his last like he was going through his last hurrah
Hoorah!
before his baby was born. Like and
Uh,
I wouldn't really call it a hurrah because like it wasn't really anything grandeur and there was nothing that was ever unless he really like he didn't really want to do a channel like he just wanted to do something. Because if he really wanted to do a channel then he would have put the effort into to put more effort into it. Because I ended up making the channels and there was no recording that ever happened. Like it was kind of I think he was kind of expecting you to be there, but like because we were ready to record that one day, but like you ended up canceling on us on that, and like that's kind of where the whole conniption started right there.
Yes, I know. I remember. But like, I was figuring shit out at the time. Like, I was figuring
Right.
my whole shit out. I was figuring my sleep schedule, which I sleep all afternoon and shit. Even though I'm off today and whatnot, I sleep. I only get like maybe like 5, 6 hours to myself,
Right.
basically. 6 hours maybe. And whatnot, depending on how far I sleep. So like when I was still figuring shit out, and I basically like was in a bad mood that day, and I just said fucking I'll do it, and I just blew up basically
Right.
and whatnot. And I know like y'all were like recording just for fun, just to get gameplay out there, just so y'all can do that shit.
Right.
And I
You didn't want to play a game
erased
like
all that out of my mind. I just said, you know, that was like I just blew up. I was like
right.
fucking what's his face from fucking
No, you definitely
I
went
don't
out there a little extra. Like, and I
yeah I went
definitely
out.
think, cause definitely there is, cause when I'm with, like, when I'm hanging out with Trent, like Noble, there is kind of that, because of me and Trent's relationship, there is kind of that, like, oh, come on with the boys, come on, like, type of mentality. So, like, we were kind of badgering you a little bit. Um, but, like, definitely
I
he
feel
more
like
than, huh?
I feel like Noble has ideas that he wants to do and then doesn't do them. If that makes sense. Like he makes it all ready to play and the whole shit and gets all ready to do it and never
Well,
pursues
he
it.
either jumpstarts stuff or he underprepares. That's where he's at. He will either jump head first into something not knowing what to do, or he will fail to start.
Hmm. And
Um,
that's what I feel like he's always done.
yeah, that's
Times.
pretty consistent with that. That's pretty consistent with him. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think the fact that he does jump head first into things is definitely good learning, unless he's not learning anything from it. I definitely think it's good experience for him to do it like that. But the failure to start, that's kind of like that's where it's like he has the idea, but he doesn't really care about the idea.
Just like when the arc shit happened. You know, when
Yeah,
the arc shit happened, even though I
that's when
had
he jump started.
a
It wouldn't have
yeah.
happened the way if he didn't jump start it. It wouldn't have happened exactly that. It might have still failed. Most likely, it would have still failed in the long run. But like we could have definitely made some profit off of it, which we didn't make any profit off of it. We didn't even break even overall. Um,
Hmm. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it was. I don't know. I just feel like every time I or you do something, uh, starting off good and then it just fails.
are you talking about
Tips over.
you and I, or him when he's involved?
When he's involved, it ends up tipping over, falling. Because like he has good ideas about it, he just never pursues it. And like
No,
with arc shit that
he
happened.
sometimes does pursue, because the arc shit you can't say he didn't pursue. The
Okay,
idea
he
is he's just
pursued it,
poor
but it
execution,
ended up
because
yeah, he has poor
he
ex.
didn't plan it. He just ran at it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. As you as a person, as his friend, I'm just like an associate with him,
Hmm.
like whatever type thing. You have to like teach him that. Well, you don't have to, but you gotta like tell him like can't always come at an angle in this way because you're going everything you've done you end up falling after you end up
Right,
tipping
right.
over and
No, I've
falling like
definitely, like, especially in, because in this last project, this is actually one project that me and him are working on right now, which is, I mean, taking a little bit long, but like I kind of expect it. It's a small project. It's nothing really big. I don't think any, like, we were initially planning on making multiples of these and selling them, but like really he doesn't have the money to scale that right now. And like I actually, on my side of things, like I have enough to produce like 15 of what we're making. But on his side of things, like it's actually a lot more expensive than my side of things. Like my side of things is like going to cost like $5 to $10 a piece depending on my outlets.
mm,
His side of things is like going to cost upwards of like $40 to $50 a piece.
mm,
So like it is more like it's still like we could still produce them, but like I don't know, we're making one and I don't think it's entirely planned out. I know for a fact it's not entirely planned out, but honestly, like it's a cool experiment, and I feel like it is a learning because really what we're learning right now is whether or not we can make casts for epoxy with paper mache. Because that was we wanted to make something with epoxy, but we didn't have a cast for it, and we didn't want to spend a crazy amount of money to get a cast for it. So that, like, if not anything, we're gonna learn whether or not we can do that, which I think is good experimentation.
Yeah, like there's something there, I would
Yeah.
say, but it's it's I don't know, like I don't know. I just feel like everything be done with, even though like we've done stuff that failed also.
Right. No, I don't expect like
That
if you're looking at failure as a bad thing,
no,
it's
no, I'm
only
not looking at failure as a bad thing. Failure you can look at as a good thing, but it's like there's a time where, okay, when is this failure going to end?
right,
What I'm
right.
saying?
It's about
When
the
is
run. You're saying it's about the
yeah,
runs.
yeah, well that's like he starts off cool, but he fails after. And that's not always a bad thing, but it's like
Right. It's about like the learning aspect of it.
yeah, it, failing is about learning.
Right.
You learn as you fail, or you fail as you learn. I think that it's you fail as you learn. But there's gonna be a time where it's gonna be repetitive, and it's gonna be like, well, should I do this with this person? When every time we do this, it fails, and it fails, and it fails, and fails, and fails. It's just like you're just hitting a brick wall after that.
Right,
It's like,
right.
well,
It's kind of making his believability go down in your shoes.
well, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, he has good ideas, like with the
Right.
arc shit, with with everything he wants to do. Okay, cool. Like, you have good ideas, but it's kind of like Brian in a way. Brian has good ideas, but they fail.
Right. I
They
like
always
idea
fail.
guys, but like I don't necessarily like giving idea guys the full reign. But like, in our situation on our scale and stuff, sometimes you do give the idea guy the full reign. 'Cause, um,
Ooh, yeah, but it's like that. But what you said, like, it kind of gives this progress of should I keep going with this person? Should I keep believing in his aspects of what he do?
right.
Because every time he's done something, it failed. And there's nothing wrong with failure, but it's like you're gonna look at that person like, should I keep believing? Because failed at it every time.
Right. No.
He's never showed progress. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like an inventor.
Right.
He wants to invent something, but every time he invented, it failed. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, should I keep believing in this person, even though I want to believe in this person because he has good ideas, but should I keep believing in this person? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And you're speaking on this as you as an associate with Noble.
Yeah, with
Like because of
with an
course
associate.
in your point of view, because I consider myself a friend, and I can definitely see your points as being entirely valid, like looking at it from your point of view, and looking at it from my point of view, because I'm not necessarily working on projects with him 100% to get something
Out of it.
out of it. Like it's a learning experience for the both of us. Like if I personally I have brought up my concerns with him about his planning, because he just wings a lot of things. He just wings it.
Yeah.
He figures
Yeah.
out where to start, and then he wings it from there. And either that or he never starts to begin with.
Uh-huh.
And that's
Which is not always a good thing.
it's not really a good, especially in the Arc thing. Like what our plans for Arc kind of required us to do development before we actually spun up the game server. But literally, as soon as I got the web server, like the server that we were intending to be able to connect to the game server, as soon as I spun that up, he spun up the game server and was already ready to get people on there. There was no time to really develop anything, which really
Tell
put
him
it.
no. Did you tell him no, you shouldn't do that?
He already bought it. Like, there's no, it was already paid for.
See,
Yeah, no, I did.
see,
I did tell him that was like really, like, I did tell him multiple times that that was really shitty. Um, and like, I'm pretty sure, like, multiple times I've told you how like frustrated I was with that fact, like at the time.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, he has like this problem of not planning and just winging it,
Hmm.
and that's always not a good thing. If you have a good thing out of it when you do it, okay, there's establishment, but when you do that and just always end up dying at the end, there's a problem. There's a problem with that. There's a problem with that, and there's a problem with him doing that. You
Right,
know what I'm saying?
right. And I've
And
definitely, and like I told you, I've definitely had a conversation with him about
and
it.
like that, but that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like Brian in a way. Brian does that, but he does it in a different way, in an aspect where he plans it out and then he tries to do. He doesn't just wing it in a way. He tries to come at it in different angles. Noble just goes straight forward. And just does it.
Right.
He just goes at a straight line. He doesn't go left. He doesn't go right. He doesn't go sideways. He does. You know what I'm saying? He just goes in. It's like a dart. He just goes straight. Brian goes at certain angles and way. He doesn't just go straight into it.
Right, but do you
You know what I'm
think
saying?
Brian has learned? Like, if you think, if you could
Brian
imagine,
hasn't learned any lessons.
no,
of what
are
he's
you
trying
like?
to do.
Let me say, because Brian's a little bit older than all of us. Like, would you say if they were like the same age, if would you say Brian would be more like Noble if he was closer to our age? Like, do you think Brian has learned anything from his history of having those patterns?
From what I've learned, no,
You don't think so?
no. I
Like,
feel
you
like
don't think he's
Bri-
evolved through not evolved
well,
differently, but like evolved his patterns based upon his previous patterns.
okay. I feel like he's involved in a way, but he ends up going back to the same path he's in. It's kind of like a
Right.
boomerang. He
Uh-huh.
goes forward and then he comes back. He goes forward and then he comes back. Noble just dies. Like it just he just flops. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? He's tumbling right when he starts, and then he just keeps tumbling, 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 tumbling. Brian at least is walking, and then he starts running, and then he tumbles. Kind of like when a baby starts walking.
He walks, and then
You
he
know what I'm
runs, and he forgets that he's running and thinks that he's walking,
Yeah.
and then just like
Noble is just tumbling as he goes. Right when he starts, he's tumbling. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't even started the walking process. He's just tumbling. You know what I'm saying? Brian at least starts the walk, and then he starts running, and then he tumbles.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Noble doesn't even get to the walking process. Tell me if I'm wrong. Like, if I'm wrong, then tell me.
I mean, I think he's trying to skip over the walking process.
There's that, too. Noble is probably trying to, you know, skip over the walking process and run. You can't do that. You have to walk first before you run. Brian at least walks first and then runs and then tumbles and whatnot. But Brian is all over the place by himself, and that's why I stopped fucking with him in a way. Even though people that are learning this is watching probably doesn't even know what the hell we're talking about. Whatever.
No,
He-
I definitely, because he's even told me to my, like, not to my face, obviously on mic, but like I use that kind of
Yeah,
colloquialism. He like literally to my face, he's like telling me that how he's a master manipulator. He's good at manipulating people, and then he like it's kind of hard to view him as not a manipulator as soon as he says something like that. So like you have like, and then he also gets offended when he's like, "Why are you being so speculative like in our conversation? I'm not trying to do anything." Like literally after he like, do I think he's a good? If he's a master manipulator, do I think he's a good manipulator? No, especially if he's told me that he's a manipulator.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, Brian. This is why I stopped fucking with him. This is why I stopped talking to him. Brian doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Something. I believe that he be winging shit. That he just talks out of his ass. That's what I feel like Muscle Brian, as he does. He talks out of his ass. He tries to persuade me away, and he can't do it. So he gets fucking agitated, and he starts getting all fucking like, why can't I persuade this motherfucker to do what I want him to do? Is because I won't do it no more. I'm not gonna sit here and put myself in the fucking fire when I'm not gonna get something out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not trying to be put in the fire no more. That's why I stopped fucking with him. That's why I stopped talking to him. Is because I'm not trying to be put in the fire mode no more. He puts shit into play and then doesn't pursue it and just falls and tumbles, and you're like, well, what am I supposed to do?
Oh, you're talking about when he tries to hand it off. He's like,
Yeah.
he does something, because that's what he does. He does something for a minute, and then he doesn't even ask us. He's just like, as soon as he finds it convenient, he's like, because we weren't at the beginning, he's like, I've been doing this thing, and here, it's your turn. Like, not exactly like that, but that's kind of how he goes. He's like,
well, he said it himself. I'm lazy. Well, how do you expect to get someone with a community what you're trying to do, or a clan, or whatever the fuck he's trying to do, if you're going to be lazy? You're not going to get no more. That's not how life is. You can't be lazy. If you're lazy, you're not going to get... I would be fired by now if I was being lazy at work. I would be fired.
right.
There's people that have been fired. I've seen people who've gotten fired because they're lazy and they don't want to do nothing. I've seen it. You cannot be successful if you're going to be lazy. You can't expect me, Itchy, Noble, everyone that you have in your little circle that you want to put into this community aspect you want to do, if you're going to be lazy. You cannot expect anything. That's the main thing. He wants to start this community. Cool, I'm all for it. But don't expect me to start something and then freaking crash it when it starts to get hard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, when he was like, bro, you're gonna start this Call of Duty community with me and the whole shit, and we're gonna make this shit big and the whole shit. I was like, okay, cool. But I wasn't gonna do it because I knew it was gonna fail. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking in enhance of maybe it was cool to start a clan or whatever. Because of the olden days of 360 and Xbox One, that shit was all cool and ditty. He took that and made it into a reality and wanted to do a community again. I was like, I was just talking and like, you know, just talking out of my ass type shit, you know, just off of memory. You know, when in memories of my thought process, it was cool when we had a clan and community or whatever the fuck and doing all this shit. I didn't say I was going to do it though. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking. He took that and the next day started, well, we're gonna do this community, we're gonna make it non-racist and all thing, make it, you know, all this family shit and the whole nine. But he wanted everyone to do his dirty work.
Mm-hmm.
Of doing the COD community, doing the Battlefield community, doing the Rainbow Six community, doing the Forza, you know, all this shit. He wanted everyone else to do it and him sit back and just call it a day. And just take all the credit. This is my community. I started all this. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not gonna happen. Me and Dirt was gonna do it, and then me and Dirt was like, nah, this shit's not gonna go down. Because it's... You can't go to 1,000. You have to start at 1 and move your way up to 100 and then go to 1,000. You have to walk before you can run. He wants to run. You can't do that. You have to walk. That's Brian's problem. Yes, he starts walking, but then he runs. You have to walk for a while before you can run. You know what I'm saying? That's Brian's problem. And that's why I stopped fucking with him. Because of those issues of him. And he wants me to do this Fortnite shit. Itchy.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought because your mic was moving and then like you weren't talking. But he wanted me to get on Fortnite and shit. I'm like, I'm not about to get on Fortnite. I'm not about to play that game.
Yeah, no, that was
like
yeah, that was. I didn't really want to play Fortnite.
And then he was
really
like,
Fortnite.
And he's like, I got this pro player and the whole stuff makes some money. I'm like, no, bro, I'm not about to do that shit. He was like, well, damn, bro. Like, I thought we was all cool and dandy.
No,
Like,
because I'm sure it's the same thing. Because like, he's like, I got my Rocket League friends. I got my. He probably told this Fortnite dude that he has his Fortnite friends, and called us up to come talk and play Fortnite. Because like I've
and he
literally
was like,
had him bring people into a party, being like, no, dude, I got people that play this game, and they're like, no, I don't even play this game. Like, cause I've had him.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then when the dude left, he was like, bro, you're kind of making me look bad. I was like, making you look bad. You wanted me to play Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite, bro. Fortnite's just whatever. I don't play that shit. That shit get. I'm not about to play Fortnite, bro. And he was like, bro, you're making me look bad, bro. Like, that was a pro player in that fucking party, and you're making me look bad. I was like, okay, and what's your point?
Did you end up playing with him?
No,
No.
I did not. I didn't play with him. I didn't even download the game. I was not about to do that shit. I was not about to sit there and play Fortnite for 8 hours a day with a dude that I don't even know. And that I'm not even sure about that he makes money off of it. You know what I'm saying? And you want to say, oh, I got 1,000 followers on Twitch and wanna. How'd you get those 1,000 followers? Did you get them legitly, or did you manipulate someone into getting 1,000 followers on Twitch to start bragging? Hmm?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? He has 1,000 followers on Twitch. Okay, cool. Did you get it just by being a good freaking player and actually being funny and actually people wanting to follow you, or did you manipulate someone into getting you those 1,000?
I don't know. Like that was honestly because he's also was sitting there's like I didn't do any manipulation like before he showed me it.
He did some manipulation. Because Brian doesn't just get followers just because he's good at the game. You know what I'm saying? Brian is just. Brian frustrates me. He does. He frustrates me. That's why I don't like talking about, because he frustrates me too. And like. And when we were in the party with him, he was like, I'm so happy you got a job one night. And then when I act like I didn't hear him, he was like, well, I'm not going to give you that fucking. I'm not going to give you that analogy no more, or that exception, because you're not hearing me. You're not going to hear about it no more, or whatever. I was like, bro, why are you getting all defensive? You heard him in the party when he was getting all defensive. I was in the party with him and I was acting like I didn't hear him. You heard that, right?
Hmm.
He was getting all defensive because I wasn't unblocking him and the whole shit. He was getting all defensive and whatnot. I was like, bro, why? Why are you getting all defensive because I'm in your party and I want to block you? Supposedly. But I didn't even have him blocked. I was able to hear every word he was saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like he wants attention. He wants, like, that annoys, like you said, I think it annoys him that he can't get. Because he can get to everyone else, not probably you or Noble, but he can get to everyone else but me.
Because you don't
It
talk to him.
annoys. Not that I don't want to talk to him, that I don't fucking get his manipulation. Like, he
Right.
can't manipulate me. You know what I'm saying? That I call him out on his shit. You know? That annoys the shit out of him, in a way. And you even said it yourself.
Yeah. Like
And
he's
whatnot.
yeah because he's literally said it out loud.
That what?
He's a manipulator.
But you told me, like, you even told me that when me and you're in a call, you even told me, like, that Brian said, I don't know why I can't manipulate Jacob.
Oh
I don't know why
yeah,
I can't get to him.
yeah.
I don't
That's
know
true.
why I can't get to this dude. I can't get to him like that, and it fucking frustrates him that he can't get to me. It's so funny, but Brian is a funny ass motherfucker. Even though I fucking hate talking to this dude, he's a funny ass nigga, bro. That dude is funny as shit in a bad way. That I'm able to laugh at this motherfucker trying to do some bullshit. I'm not laughing with him. I'm laughing at him because
Yeah.
he thinks he knows it all when in reality he doesn't. And whatnot. That's what's funny to me. But it's all good and dandy because I'm gonna get this dude.
Yeah, dude, I
Well, I'm
still
gonna get him.
see like while I find it an interesting idea and I do think it would be entertaining, like I am concerned about your methodology.
And what would that methodology?
The trapping him into it. Like it's definitely like I'm not against what you're doing, but I'm against what you're doing at the same time.
Okay, explain yourself.
Because like you're just trying to show that he's racist, but like entrapping him into it is not good. Like that's not a good look for yourself. Um like it would be one thing if like it was a consensual conversation, him knowing he was being recorded at least. Especially in your state. Like there's other states where like if you were doing this elsewhere then it would be a little different, but where you're at especially like it's kind of illegal.
Well, if they don't know where I live,
If
it
they
doesn't
don't know where you
matter.
live. I mean, I
Brian knows where I live, but I feel like Brian ain't really gonna. I feel like Brian really ain't at the end of the day.
No, the worst is gonna happen with you and Brian. Like I don't know, he might try to like chase after you for it, but like I don't think he's got much to chase after you with. So
Yeah.
like
What does he have to chase after?
like
I'm gonna go all the way to Kentucky to go to fucking sport to do no, bro. No, I'm not. Not even now. My ankle. Stupid. Stupid. It's stupid. You're gonna have a hissy. I put you on the internet because you're being a racist ass motherfucker. I put you on blast and you're gonna have a fit. What's gonna be your defense mechanism?
I don't know. That's if you
What's
can
gonna,
even get him to be racist. Like you know, it doesn't always happen. Sometimes he is, sometimes he isn't.
see, this is the thing. You were right about that because how I handled it the first time was really bad. Man, I
Yeah,
handled
no,
it the first
you
time.
kind
Tried
of
to do it.
like that really
Yeah,
made
I
he did not seem
was.
racist in that like you just
I
were,
know.
it was obvious you were baiting him.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm gonna do it differently in a way. But like, if I, the thing is, if I start, I, going,
You're cutting out.
if I start going to a different direction of start talking about politics
Right.
in a normal manner, just like come at him at a normal manner, and the whole shit, as in, what do you think about politics? How are and
But if
just come.
you but that's what you said like last like you used like just a normal manner, but you really had that showman's voice on. Like when you went and talked to him, like you really had that showman's voice on, and
Well,
he
like,
instantly
I'm
was
not
like,
gonna.
"Jacob's just trying to fuck with me." That's and he knew
No,
it. He knew
like,
it.
yeah, like, I'm not gonna, like, yeah, I'm not gonna go in that direction, but I'm gonna use his own medicine against, basically. You know what I'm saying? Come at it in a different direction. They'll be like, what'd you think about politics now? Like, that was terrible. Like, I know that was. But, come at it a different direction, as in, not in that way. I'm gonna talk to him normal,
Right.
but I'm gonna use his own medicine against him, pretty much. Bait him into it. Manipulate him into it. And maybe I can get him to start talking about who he really is, what is up, the whole shit.
Right. Because to be honest with you, I don't even really fully know who he really is.
I do, because it's you like he says some shit on this party, and even in call like on Discord and shit, he said shit that you'd be like, bro, did you really just say that? He said shit that you would have been like, bro, did he really? Do that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That you would mind fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I've heard Brian say foul ass shit. Foul ass shit. You'd be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he's only really done that like around me. And I don't know why when he's not with Scorpion, with you and Noble and doing all of those motherfuckers, he's toned it down. You know what I'm saying? But when it's just me and him in a party, when I just get him and me in a party, it's like he turns it up to 1,000, and he starts getting like, be like, bro, dude's a Republican. Like he gets in Republican ass, where he's like redneck country Republican ass
Oh,
shit.
you're
Where
saying
he's
he's like a stereotypical Republican?
yes, like he gets into a stereotypical Republican, where he starts like, why are they making a movie about black people? Why is Hollywood making a movie about black people? Blah 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 blah. Why are they putting black people point of mind? Da, 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 da.
It doesn't even like see that I literally told him he was stupid for, but it's like it doesn't really like
Like when HBO Max made that black people movie, like about like I forget what it was. It was when it was like February, March type shit. It was like when it was about black people, their state of mind and the whole shit. He was like, why would Hollywood make a movie about blah blah blah? Why are they making movies about these type of black people and whatnot? It's because why not? Like they make movie about slavery and shit. Like why not make a movie about this? It's
oh
not like
yeah.
they're making bad people look in a bad name. It's telling a story about history. It's about history, motherfucker. It's not like black people are bad, black people are terrible. It's not about that. It's about the history about what black people has gone through and whatnot.
Right.
He doesn't look at it that way. He looks at it, they're making black people look bad. He's looking at it at a racist standpoint. Even though it's because I know Brian, he's looking at a racist standpoint.
Right. Because Brian
He's
is
looking at
inherently racist.
because yeah, he's looking at more at a racist standpoint. Even though if you hear him talking, it doesn't sound like he's racist, but he's being racist in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like,
No, I definitely know because I've met many people that are like Brian.
yes, many people, and like I just like Brian said, like, when it happened on January 6th, oh, what happened wasn't a good idea. That was wrong. What they did. He Brian would be right with the motherfuckers. What happened on January
If
7th
he
or
was
whatever.
close enough.
Brian would be right with those motherfuckers. I swear to God, bro. If he had the money to go to Washington D.C. and go to the Capitol and bro, he would be right there with them. He'd be right there with them. And whatnot. I really do feel like that. But he's gonna be like, "Bro, that was not okay what they did." Yes, man, you was a Donald Trump lover, bro. And now since Biden's, Trump was really bad, but Biden is bad too. They're all bad and shit, you know what I'm saying? But you
No,
voted for
he's
Donald
literally because
Trump.
I opted out. Obviously, I opted out of the like. I didn't like Trump. I didn't like Biden. I thought Biden was kind of stupid. I obviously thought Trump was stupid. Like and honestly, my candidate that I was going for, after seeing what happened with New York, I don't really know anymore either about him. Um, so like I don't know. I'm kind of glad I didn't vote because I don't even think like for one my option wouldn't have been the winning option anyway. Like because I wasn't going to vote for either of the two leading candidates. Um I wasn't even like at the time I was going to like vote like it was not even going to be a candidate that was an option. Um but
It's politics is whatever at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's all bad. Politics is all bad. Politics is a stressful ass shit that no one likes to talk about because you're gonna get under people's skin. People have their beliefs and the whole shit. If you don't say what they believe, they're gonna come at you in a row. shit and the whole nine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To me, politics is whatever. I don't get into politics like that. Even with Brian, I don't get because Brian is a stressful person to talk to when it talks about politics. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Me and you can talk about politics in a non-stressful manner, because for one, we kind of have sort of the same, and two,
Similar, like, yeah.
similar beliefs, and two, we're not going at each other's throats.
No.
Me and Brian are literally when Cold War War II was out, and when Obama or Trump and fucking face, you know him, right?
No, actually, I don't. I have no clue what you're talking about.
What was it when Trump wasn't president? He was going for election. It was Trump and the girl,
I know.
the lady,
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton. Me and Brian literally went at each other's throats that year. Literally went at each other's throats.
That was when your guys' whole hatred of each other started.
Yes. Yes.
That's the origin story. Like, when is this gonna, Jacob? When are you gonna make an anime? Like, if your podcast ever blow up, you're gonna have to make your origin story anime. You're gonna have to.
That's literally like what happened. God, that's literally like what happened. We went at each other's. Literally, it was bad. Like, it was bad. Bad. It was bad. Like, and then me and him stopped talking for 4 years after that. It all happened. And then we started talking.
Jacob, you're gone. Are you sitting farther away from the mic?
Yeah,
I set it up for when you originally tested it, so.
Yeah. But when Biden won, he was like, I knew you were gonna come in the party and brag about Biden winning and all this whole shit. I'm like, I'm not bragging. I'm just just saying, like, Biden won, bro. Like, we're Brian won. Biden won, bro.
Right.
Won and shit. Like, it's all good and dandy. He was like, man, Trump is still better, bro. Like, Trump's gonna win in 2020. Like, they're gonna take Biden out of office and put Trump back in the office and stuff, or he's gonna win in 2024 and the whole shit. I'm like, bro, give it a break. Give it a break, bro. You're bullshitting now. It's Brian is a hard person to talk to when it comes to politics. He really is. He puts the stress to a level of 1,000, bro. When it comes to politics, just in general, he does. Because Brian talks in circles.
Yeah, he's very.
He doesn't
circular.
know. He's very circular. Brian talks.
He even
in
says
circles.
That he's not circular speaking, but
no, he's circular. Brian talks. He'll talk about something and then go to something else, and then he'll talk about the same shit he was talking about like 5 minutes ago, like 10 minutes ago. He'll go back to that subject. Like, bro, we literally just established that whole shit. Well, I was just saying, like, we could be friends again. Like, I'm just using that for example. Like, we could be friends again, but it's all good and dandy if you want to be friends and shit. Like, And I was like, bro, or I'll be like, bro, we're friends. And then he'd be like, okay. And then 20 minutes later, he'll go back to it. I'm like, bro, you're talking in circles. And he keeps talking in circles.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, bro, and I even asked him, like, are you on crack? Are you on cocaine? He's like, do you think I have money for crack and cocaine and meth and shit? I'm like, you can be getting off of a friend. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, you talk like you're on crack or meth or cocaine. You talk like you're on drugs. You know what I'm saying? He does. Right. He talks like he's on drugs.
Knowing he's also talked about doing drugs in the past.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. He talks like he's on drugs. And that's why, like, I just stopped. I stopped getting involved with him. Like, if you want to talk to him, Itchy, that's all cool, man. Y'all can talk.
Dude, I haven't talked to him in, like, he usually just pops up. Like, to be honest with you. Like, he just pops up out of nowhere. And is like, hey. I'm like,
How's it going?
Yeah.
I was like, well, it's been 4 months. How's it going with you? Oh, same old, same old. Like, okay, well, you're boring. Boring as shit.
No, he'll usually be
You
like,
know,
he's like, yeah, I've been playing Rocket League, been getting them aerials or some shit like that. Like talking about whatever game he's playing, or talk about whoever he's talking to recently. That's usually what it goes to, and then it comes, and he usually only does show up when he's pretty close. Either not that specific day, but he's gonna want something from you, like really soon.
yeah, that's how it always is. He talk to you, and then a couple of days later, I've been wanting to do this thing. You want to do it with me? Want to do this thing with me? I want to do a community, or I want to do this. I want to do that. You want to do it with me? And be like, okay. And then we'll break down and fumble and fucking crash. I'm like, yep, that's exactly how I thought it was gonna go. So it's just I'm tired, bro. And when the shit that when I had him supposedly on block, which I didn't have him block, and I just was talking, acting like I didn't hear him. It was like
That
I
was
never left.
crazy. That was crazy.
It was crazy
I did like
because
because
I
I
literally
knew, but
heard
I
every
didn't
word.
know. Like,
You knew you knew you knew I heard every single word he was talking about, and I heard like when he was like, "Congratulations, I'm happy that you got a job," and he was like, Itchy, can you hear me? And he was like, no. He was like, okay, fine, I'll take it back. And I'm like, what? Like, you're gonna take back what you said because I don't hear what you're saying?
well, if he didn't know, like he's just like, oh well, if he can't hear me, then obviously, like I don't know. I could kind of see his rationalization, but it's also kind of shitty. Like he really didn't think. I didn't at that point. I didn't know you could hear him. To be honest with you.
No, I heard every word.
Yeah, I didn't know
I
at
heard
that
every
point when he
word.
asked. It's like, oh no, because like last I knew, you did have him blocked. It's like so. It's like, oh yeah, Jacob can't hear you.
But when I started laughing and shit every single time he would do something stupid, you came to your senses like, oh, he can hear him.
Yeah.
Acting like he can't hear him. Because
Uh,
it's like I never left. He's act the same way ever since he's act the same way. He's never changed. He's changed a tad bit. He acts the same. But that's just Brian. But anyway, I think we're done with this podcast. We're talking in circles.
yeah, I think
I,
we've came to an end. This was a successful podcast. I think I'm gonna have to give you both halves. Like
it's all
I
good.
should have just closed it out as soon as you went to go take that shit. To be honest with you, because like I didn't know how long you were gonna be gone, and it was a minute.
I
And
wasn't
like
trying to do it that long though. Like
I could save some space if I didn't hold all that extra time that's doing nothing in between. Because I know that's how we did the other ones. Like I just didn't stop recording, and that just like wastes so much space. So
yeah. Well, shit. But we're gonna end it out on here.
yeah,
I know we went on a tangent at the end, but it's all good and dandy. It's whatever. Content's content at the end of the day.
yeah,
So, but anyway,
yeah.
peace out, Girl Scout.
Peace out.